Práctica diaria de inglés. Escucha, habla y mejora tus habilidades. Al terminar, practica más en nuestra app. Gratis. Link abajo. Comienza a practicar.
I used to play outside every day. I used to play outside every day.
Solía jugar fuera todos los días.
I used to play outside every day. I used to play outside every day. I had a favorite toy car. I had a favorite toy car.
Tenía un coche de juguete favorito.
I had a favorite toy car. I had a favorite toy car. My grandma told me bedtime stories. My grandma told me bedtime stories.
Mi abuela me contaba cuentos antes de dormir.
My grandma told me bedtime stories. My grandma told me bedtime stories. We had a big tree in our backyard. We had a big tree in our backyard.
Teníamos un árbol grande en el jardín trasero.
We had a big tree in our backyard. We had a big tree in our backyard. I remember playing hide and seek. I remember playing hide and seek.
Recuerdo jugar al escondite.
I remember playing hide and seek. I remember playing hide and seek. My dad taught me how to ride a bike. My dad taught me how to ride a bike.
Mi padre me enseñó a montar en bicicleta.
My dad taught me how to ride a bike. My dad taught me how to ride a bike. We went to the park every weekend. We went to the park every weekend.
Íbamos al parque todos los fines de semana.
We went to the park every weekend. We went to the park every weekend. I had a pet dog named Max. I had a pet dog named Max.
Tenía un perro que se llamaba Max.
I had a pet dog named Max. I had a pet dog named Max. My brother and I built forts with pillows. My brother and I built forts with pillows.
Mi hermano y yo construíamos fuertes con cojines.
My brother and I built forts with pillows. My brother and I built forts with pillows. I loved cartoons on Saturday mornings. I loved cartoons on Saturday mornings.
Me encantaban los dibujos animados los sábados por la mañana.
I loved cartoons on Saturday mornings. I loved cartoons on Saturday mornings. I went fishing with my grandpa. I went fishing with my grandpa.
Iba a pescar con mi abuelo.
I went fishing with my grandpa. I went fishing with my grandpa. We had picnics in the summer. We had picnics in the summer.
Hacíamos picnics en verano.
We had picnics in the summer. We had picnics in the summer. I used to collect stickers. I used to collect stickers.
Solía coleccionar pegatinas.
I used to collect stickers. I used to collect stickers. My mom made the best pancakes. My mom made the best pancakes.
Mi madre hacía las mejores tortitas.
My mom made the best pancakes. My mom made the best pancakes. I remember my first day of school. I remember my first day of school.
Recuerdo mi primer día de colegio.
I remember my first day of school. I remember my first day of school. I was afraid of the dark. I was afraid of the dark.
Tenía miedo a la oscuridad.
I was afraid of the dark. I was afraid of the dark. I had a best friend named Sarah. I had a best friend named Sarah.
Tenía una mejor amiga que se llamaba Sara.
I had a best friend named Sarah. I had a best friend named Sarah. We played board games after dinner. We played board games after dinner.
Jugábamos a juegos de mesa después de cenar.
We played board games after dinner. We played board games after dinner. I used to draw with crayons a lot. I used to draw with crayons a lot.
Solía dibujar mucho con ceras.
I used to draw with crayons a lot. I used to draw with crayons a lot. My cousin and I played video games. My cousin and I played video games.
Mi primo y yo jugábamos a videojuegos.
My cousin and I played video games. My cousin and I played video games. I loved climbing trees. I loved climbing trees.
Me encantaba trepar a los árboles.
I loved climbing trees. I loved climbing trees. We visited my aunt every Christmas. We visited my aunt every Christmas.
Visitábamos a mi tía cada Navidad.
We visited my aunt every Christmas. We visited my aunt every Christmas. I wore my favorite red shoes everywhere. I wore my favorite red shoes everywhere.
Llevaba mis zapatos rojos favoritos a todas partes.
I wore my favorite red shoes everywhere. I wore my favorite red shoes everywhere. I used to watch Disney movies. I used to watch Disney movies.
Solía ver películas de Disney.
I used to watch Disney movies. I used to watch Disney movies. I got excited when it snowed. I got excited when it snowed.
Me emocionaba cuando nevaba.
I got excited when it snowed. I got excited when it snowed. We built snowmen in the winter. We built snowmen in the winter.
Hacíamos muñecos de nieve en invierno.
We built snowmen in the winter. We built snowmen in the winter. I helped my mom bake cookies. I helped my mom bake cookies.
Ayudaba a mi madre a hacer galletas.
I helped my mom bake cookies. I helped my mom bake cookies. I read picture books before bed. I read picture books before bed.
Leía libros ilustrados antes de dormir.
I read picture books before bed. I read picture books before bed. I used to jump on the bed. I used to jump on the bed.
Solía saltar en la cama.
I used to jump on the bed. I used to jump on the bed. We had a swing in the backyard. We had a swing in the backyard.
Teníamos un columpio en el jardín.
We had a swing in the backyard. We had a swing in the backyard. I wore superhero costumes around the house. I wore superhero costumes around the house.
Llevaba disfraces de superhéroe por la casa.
I wore superhero costumes around the house. I wore superhero costumes around the house. We went to the beach every summer. We went to the beach every summer.
Íbamos a la playa todos los veranos.
We went to the beach every summer. We went to the beach every summer. I used to get scared during thunderstorms. I used to get scared during thunderstorms.
Solía asustarme durante las tormentas.
I used to get scared during thunderstorms. I used to get scared during thunderstorms. We had sleepovers and stayed up late. We had sleepovers and stayed up late.
Hacíamos pijamadas y nos quedábamos despiertos hasta tarde.
We had sleepovers and stayed up late. We had sleepovers and stayed up late. I played soccer with the neighborhood kids. I played soccer with the neighborhood kids.
Jugaba al fútbol con los niños del barrio.
I played soccer with the neighborhood kids. I played soccer with the neighborhood kids. I remember my first birthday party. I remember my first birthday party.
Recuerdo mi primera fiesta de cumpleaños.
I remember my first birthday party. I remember my first birthday party. I used to chase butterflies. I used to chase butterflies.
Solía perseguir mariposas.
I used to chase butterflies. I used to chase butterflies. I had a lemonade stand with my friend. I had a lemonade stand with my friend.
Tenía un puesto de limonada con mi amigo.
I had a lemonade stand with my friend. I had a lemonade stand with my friend. I loved going to the zoo. I loved going to the zoo.
Me encantaba ir al zoo.
I loved going to the zoo. I loved going to the zoo. We watched fireworks on the 4th of July. We watched fireworks on the 4th of July.
Veíamos fuegos artificiales el 4 de julio.
We watched fireworks on the 4th of July. We watched fireworks on the 4th of July. I had a stuffed bear I took everywhere. I had a stuffed bear I took everywhere.
Tenía un oso de peluche que llevaba a todas partes.
I had a stuffed bear I took everywhere. I had a stuffed bear I took everywhere. We made sandcastles at the beach. We made sandcastles at the beach.
Hacíamos castillos de arena en la playa.
We made sandcastles at the beach. We made sandcastles at the beach. I used to pretend I could fly. I used to pretend I could fly.
Solía fingir que podía volar.
I used to pretend I could fly. I used to pretend I could fly. We played tag after school. We played tag after school.
Jugábamos al pilla-pilla después del colegio.
We played tag after school. We played tag after school. I collected seashells during vacations. I collected seashells during vacations.
Recogía conchas durante las vacaciones.
I collected seashells during vacations. I collected seashells during vacations. My parents read to me every night. My parents read to me every night.
Mis padres me leían todas las noches.
My parents read to me every night. My parents read to me every night. I drew pictures with sidewalk chalk. I drew pictures with sidewalk chalk.
Dibujaba con tizas en la acera.
I drew pictures with sidewalk chalk. I drew pictures with sidewalk chalk. I went trick-or-treating every Halloween. I went trick-or-treating every Halloween.
Iba a pedir dulces cada Halloween.
I went trick-or-treating every Halloween. I went trick-or-treating every Halloween. I loved jumping in puddles. I loved jumping in puddles.
Me encantaba saltar en los charcos.
I loved jumping in puddles. I loved jumping in puddles. We had family movie nights. We had family movie nights.
Teníamos noches de cine en familia.
We had family movie nights. We had family movie nights. I used to sing along to songs on the radio. I used to sing along to songs on the radio.
Solía cantar las canciones de la radio.
I used to sing along to songs on the radio. I used to sing along to songs on the radio. I remember my favorite blanket. I remember my favorite blanket.
Recuerdo mi manta favorita.
I remember my favorite blanket. I remember my favorite blanket. My teacher gave me gold stars. My teacher gave me gold stars.
Mi profesora me daba estrellas doradas.
My teacher gave me gold stars. My teacher gave me gold stars. I had a lunchbox with cartoons on it. I had a lunchbox with cartoons on it.
Tenía una fiambrera con dibujos animados.
I had a lunchbox with cartoons on it. I had a lunchbox with cartoons on it. We picked apples in the fall. We picked apples in the fall.
Recogíamos manzanas en otoño.
We picked apples in the fall. We picked apples in the fall. I used to believe in the tooth fairy. I used to believe in the tooth fairy.
Solía creer en el hada de los dientes.
I used to believe in the tooth fairy. I used to believe in the tooth fairy. We made crafts in art class. We made crafts in art class.
Hacíamos manualidades en clase de arte.
We made crafts in art class. We made crafts in art class. I had a treehouse at my friend's house. I had a treehouse at my friend's house.
Tenía una casa en el árbol en casa de mi amigo.
I had a treehouse at my friend's house. I had a treehouse at my friend's house. I remember learning how to swim. I remember learning how to swim.
Recuerdo aprender a nadar.
I remember learning how to swim. I remember learning how to swim. We ate popsicles in the summer. We ate popsicles in the summer.
Comíamos polos en verano.
We ate popsicles in the summer. We ate popsicles in the summer. I used to bring toys to show and tell. I used to bring toys to show and tell.
Solía llevar juguetes para enseñar en clase.
I used to bring toys to show and tell. I used to bring toys to show and tell. I loved blowing bubbles. I loved blowing bubbles.
Me encantaba hacer pompas de jabón.
I loved blowing bubbles. I loved blowing bubbles. I used to cry when I scraped my knee. I used to cry when I scraped my knee.
Solía llorar cuando me raspaba la rodilla.
I used to cry when I scraped my knee. I used to cry when I scraped my knee. I remember my first school bus ride. I remember my first school bus ride.
Recuerdo mi primer viaje en autobús escolar.
I remember my first school bus ride. I remember my first school bus ride. We watched puppet shows at the library. We watched puppet shows at the library.
Veíamos espectáculos de marionetas en la biblioteca.
We watched puppet shows at the library. We watched puppet shows at the library. I had a jump rope I used every day. I had a jump rope I used every day.
Tenía una cuerda para saltar que usaba todos los días.
I had a jump rope I used every day. I had a jump rope I used every day. We had a sandbox in the backyard. We had a sandbox in the backyard.
Teníamos un arenero en el jardín.
We had a sandbox in the backyard. We had a sandbox in the backyard. My mom packed my lunch every day. My mom packed my lunch every day.
Mi madre me preparaba la comida todos los días.
My mom packed my lunch every day. My mom packed my lunch every day. I loved playing dress up with my sister. I loved playing dress up with my sister.
Me encantaba disfrazarme con mi hermana.
I loved playing dress up with my sister. I loved playing dress up with my sister. I used to nap every afternoon. I used to nap every afternoon.
Solía dormir la siesta todas las tardes.
I used to nap every afternoon. I used to nap every afternoon. We went camping once a year. We went camping once a year.
Íbamos de campamento una vez al año.
We went camping once a year. We went camping once a year. I had a favorite bedtime song. I had a favorite bedtime song.
Tenía una canción favorita para dormir.
I had a favorite bedtime song. I had a favorite bedtime song. I remember learning the alphabet. I remember learning the alphabet.
Recuerdo aprender el abecedario.
I remember learning the alphabet. I remember learning the alphabet. We colored Easter eggs every spring. We colored Easter eggs every spring.
Coloreábamos huevos de Pascua cada primavera.
We colored Easter eggs every spring. We colored Easter eggs every spring. I used to slide down the stairs in a box. I used to slide down the stairs in a box.
Solía deslizarme por las escaleras en una caja.
I used to slide down the stairs in a box. I used to slide down the stairs in a box. We made paper airplanes in class. We made paper airplanes in class.
Hacíamos aviones de papel en clase.
We made paper airplanes in class. We made paper airplanes in class. I had a toy kitchen set. I had a toy kitchen set.
Tenía una cocina de juguete.
I had a toy kitchen set. I had a toy kitchen set. I loved spinning on the merry-go-round. I loved spinning on the merry-go-round.
Me encantaba girar en el tío vivo.
I loved spinning on the merry-go-round. I loved spinning on the merry-go-round. We went sledding when it snowed. We went sledding when it snowed.
Íbamos en trineo cuando nevaba.
We went sledding when it snowed. We went sledding when it snowed. I used to climb onto the kitchen counter. I used to climb onto the kitchen counter.
Solía subirme a la encimera de la cocina.
I used to climb onto the kitchen counter. I used to climb onto the kitchen counter. My grandpa told me funny stories. My grandpa told me funny stories.
Mi abuelo me contaba historias graciosas.
My grandpa told me funny stories. My grandpa told me funny stories. We played musical chairs at parties. We played musical chairs at parties.
Jugábamos a las sillas musicales en las fiestas.
We played musical chairs at parties. We played musical chairs at parties. I used to wear my rain boots even when it was sunny. I used to wear my rain boots even when it was sunny.
Solía llevar mis botas de lluvia incluso cuando hacía sol.
I used to wear my rain boots even when it was sunny. I used to wear my rain boots even when it was sunny. I remember chasing fireflies at night. I remember chasing fireflies at night.
Recuerdo perseguir luciérnagas por la noche.
I remember chasing fireflies at night. I remember chasing fireflies at night. We made tents out of blankets. We made tents out of blankets.
Hacíamos tiendas con mantas.
We made tents out of blankets. We made tents out of blankets. I had a coloring book I used every day. I had a coloring book I used every day.
Tenía un libro para colorear que usaba todos los días.
I had a coloring book I used every day. I had a coloring book I used every day. I loved watching clouds and finding shapes. I loved watching clouds and finding shapes.
Me encantaba mirar las nubes y buscar formas.
I loved watching clouds and finding shapes. I loved watching clouds and finding shapes. We had dance parties in the living room. We had dance parties in the living room.
Hacíamos fiestas de baile en el salón.
We had dance parties in the living room. We had dance parties in the living room. I used to catch frogs at the pond. I used to catch frogs at the pond.
Solía atrapar ranas en el estanque.
I used to catch frogs at the pond. I used to catch frogs at the pond. We made Christmas ornaments by hand. We made Christmas ornaments by hand.
Hacíamos adornos navideños a mano.
We made Christmas ornaments by hand. We made Christmas ornaments by hand. I always wanted to be a firefighter. I always wanted to be a firefighter.
Siempre quise ser bombero.
I always wanted to be a firefighter. I always wanted to be a firefighter. We had talent shows in the backyard. We had talent shows in the backyard.
Hacíamos espectáculos de talentos en el jardín.
We had talent shows in the backyard. We had talent shows in the backyard. I used to sneak cookies from the jar. I used to sneak cookies from the jar.
Solía robar galletas del tarro.
I used to sneak cookies from the jar. I used to sneak cookies from the jar. We wrote letters to Santa Claus. We wrote letters to Santa Claus.
Escribíamos cartas a Papá Noel.
We wrote letters to Santa Claus. We wrote letters to Santa Claus. I remember my first ice cream cone. I remember my first ice cream cone.
Recuerdo mi primer helado.
I remember my first ice cream cone. I remember my first ice cream cone. I used to wear mismatched socks. I used to wear mismatched socks.
Solía llevar calcetines desparejados.
I used to wear mismatched socks. I used to wear mismatched socks.
Gracias por ver. Suscríbete a nuestro canal y activa las notificaciones para obtener nuevos vídeos a tiempo y continuar tu viaje de aprendizaje de inglés.